All right, thanks. Yeah, little hiccups there, but appreciate LEK doing some doing some fill-in work while I
Absolutely.
did some magic slash asked some people who could do some magic to help get things back into a good state.
All right,
So
well, thank you, BK, for that. We just want to get into the action, and thank you for putting that together. All
oh,
right,
I
looks
do
like we've
too.
got Almost versus PopeTito here, so let's get them pulled up. Looks like we got them here. All right, PopeTito was the runner-up last year, right? 2019 or 2020 Worlds runner-up, I believe.
Yeah, the first worlds they
World.
lost to Adrius and got that Jade Horn action. They just fired off a Draconic Looting at draw 3, but you can only play them this turn. The nice thing about Draconic Looting as well is it has Inscribe, so you can play it as a Fire Sigil. So pretty fun one. It showed up in a couple different lists this weekend in this Armory take from Almost. Got a lot of new tools in this deck, including the recently buffed Decro Conqueror. But yeah, we see all kinds of goodies here from the last year Draconic Looting or in Condemnation, the old mainstay draw engine of Wanted Poster, and now we'll see Kenna Uncontained, Killer Attack. But the Jadehorn Chain can chump the Plunk, which it will.
All right, do we know whether is this game one? Do we have that information?
It looks like PopeTito won game number 1 here,
Okay.
so this is game number 2. And we are going to see a wanted poster go onto the Plunk and then another Jadehorn. So a ton of armor here for Almost, but man, look at that bullseye in PopeTito's hand.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. A couple turns away from playing the Stormhalt plating too, only at 6 power, so at least 2 power away. No guarantee you're even going to hit that in the next 2 turns. Almost, as we mentioned, one of the few players bringing a one-off deck with this Armory deck, the only one to do that here today.
Yeah, and this Sky Craig deck is definitely a machine. Um, it's been looking great here. All right, so now we got Brel Solist Apostate.
Right.
Going to bring along Brel's Hammer here. 4/5 Warcry, 2 Relic Weapon. So Brel's
Pretty good
Mallet.
one.
Yeah, but it's
But
going to
as you
get
mentioned,
Bullseye.
that Bullseye kill enemy relic for 1 cost. Yep, so basically a 4/5.
But with Brel now, got a blocker for the Plunk, which does still have a wanted poster on it. And got the Bullseye out of the hand. So, and with Torch dealing 4 damage, yeah, I mean, PopeTito's in an okay spot. They could potentially Torch plus Jack to get Brel off the board.
Yeah, and PopeTito running looks like the same team deck that we saw previously here with that I forget who we watched in round 1 that had that, but cheap interaction, got the plunks, got the Kennas at the top end, just all sorts of value in this Skycrag deck. Nice 2-for-1 here coming from that Jack.
Yeah, and then look at that.
Down to 15 for Almost, and I mean when this deck stabilizes and starts punching, that's gonna pat quite the punch. And then getting the Bullseye back from that Kenna trigger means that PopeTito can take care of another enemy relic if Almost decides to play one, if they can afford to at some point.
Another new card picked up here for Almost. Only Forge Smith can draw a unit from your void, give it double damage, and it's got a, well, not usually this big of a body, but thanks to the War Cry, it's an 8/6 now.
Yeah, there's a pretty big body on this board. Gonna go back and get that weapon. Again, pretty
Yeah,
far from playing that Stormhalt plating, so gonna have to find other action.
yeah, this is one of the advantages that of the Skycrag deck is they do does have, looks like it's got a number of nice ways to deal with relics. I believe they have a ruin in the. Oh, okay. So we saw ruin in one of the earlier markets. Got a boar here.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference. Ruin you can play fast. Boar slow, but it will pick up an additional copy of itself that costs more every time you play it.
All right, gonna go to the market with that smuggler and get a mirror image. All right, Almost has another weaponsmith here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a blowout here.
Hmm.
Going to go after Plunk, and I imagine we will see Bullseye kill an enemy relic. So nothing doing there.
Now, Almost knew about that Bullseye from the previous turn, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. So in terms of where the options were there, oh, this is and using
Oh
the
my
obstructive
goodness.
flicker to get it some extra damage.
So
Um,
because it's still attacking even without the weapon. That's funny. I've not seen that come up that often.
so the only Forge Smith could have picked up a charge lane flail, maybe. Question is here: do you just have to give up on that big Stormhall plating?
Yeah,
This game's
looks like
almost
it.
over,
Oh,
and it looks like
brutal.
it's gonna end on the spot with the permafrost.
Yeah, almost kind of forcing their hand there. Permafrost going to take out that blocker, and that is more than enough damage here for PopeTito's side. A mirror image just in case, but that's going to be game over this turn. Congrats, PopeTito going to take that 2-1 over almost.
Yeah, so good on PopeTito getting one step closer back towards the World Championships. Um,
I'm
let's
sure
see here.
we should have a backup match, I'm sure. Still pretty early.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's see what's going on with Male and Petey. Gonna observe their game here.
All right, take a look.
And Male's bringing one of the Combre mid-range decks this weekend, and Petey is on Elysian Spells. Look at all those snowballs.
Heard it was wintertime, packing the snowballs.
Indeed. Geneva Merchant's going to pick up a Royal Decree. And will we see it go for a Sword of Unity or Svetya? That Svetya Lightbringer does quite a lot. So this Royal Decree could turn it into a Seek Power, but it would still not be coming down for another 2 turns. And you could deal with it with stuff like Equivocate plus Snowball. And then we're going to take out that Sword of Unity.
Yeah, Sword of Unity gone for Male. They do still have that Svetya in here, 2 turns away from playing that.
I'm a little surprised here Petey's going to offer up a trade with this Winchest Merchant when they have these snowballs in hand that could clear out the way.
It's true.
Can't tell if they've actually confirmed the attack yet or not. Yeah, they did. So they're going to get this trade here, Male. I'm sure
Yeah,
Male's very happy
happy.
about it.
Male seems very
Yeah.
happy with that trade. Of course, they've got the Desert Marshal as well if they need to fire that off. Otherwise, they're just setting up for this Svetya next turn. Quick throw here, the draw for PD. You know, it's funny, similar to Hurukira, Elysian Spells is one of those that I feel like always shows up in the big tournaments. And then it goes a while where, I don't know if it's because it's a complicated deck or what, but it seems like between tournaments when you're just playing ladder or doing random weekly TNEs, you don't see Elysian Spells that often. But every time there's a big invitational or a big event like this, somebody always will bring that classic tried and true Elysian Spells, and it's good, and it always packs a punch. It's a solid deck.
Yep. And it's just got so many little intricacies between what you could do with Dural Ascending, what you can do with like Sodi Spell Shaper when you get that on there. That's sort of my favorite end game part of the deck is when you're combining those two effects of its ability to deal damage to the enemy player for playing a spell and then drawing a card for each sort of spell you play. So we're going to see some snowballs and maybe Equivocate, but this is a pretty high leverage Equivocate.
That's risky.
World Pyre Phoenix,
All
6
right.
cost 5/5 flyer. If
Yeah.
it dies, you draw from your void with +3/+3 and cost increased by 3.
I don't think Male's too unhappy with that.
No, I wouldn't imagine
worse.
so.
Of course, they have that Diana as well.
So Snowball's going to pop the Aegis on the Geneva Merchant. Remember, this Wump and Mizo is going to transform when there's 4 at the start of the turn.
2, yeah. So there's 2 right now, so it's not going to transform on this next turn.
Yeah, we're going to get that World Pyre Phoenix down.
All right.
I like the new addition of Trick Throw to this archetype. That's a new card. Deal 2 damage and you could transform a hand into your Snowball. So if you're trying to pull off multiple spells in a turn with Master Conjurer or Dural Ascending, it does some nice work there. Look at this.
I like that a lot. Could just go all in, kill that Phoenix.
I guess so.
Unfortunately, it gets rid of it for now, but that comes back with a higher cost, right? So Male can definitely cast that again in a few turns if they want. But it is going to be able to probably flip this Wump.
Yeah, it's going to turn into the party pair in a second here. Male's going to get to throw one more Snowball, just probably at face. And then now it's going to be a 6/6 Endurance.
A lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, so at the start of each turn, they're going to get to play a Snowball, and they get to play one whenever the party pair attacks, or whenever they attack with anything, really, one or more units.
All right, Combre Insignia, the draw for Mail. That's fine because got a 9-drop in hand after that draw off that Diana. And then we also can play out the baby Akaria as well. So that's not a bad turn when you can't play your 9-drop. Pause for Reflection from PD. Going to send that Akaria back to hand at the end of turn. So Mail's not going to be able to keep that out there. But yeah, now 2 snowballs means that Marshall's going down. Primal Etchings. What do we got in the market for PD?
If we haven't seen Helio yet, I imagine that's going to be picked up.
There you
And yep,
go.
and then played with the Primal Sigil. It's going to draw us another 4 cards here. We'll get up to that 8 influence. It's going to be a bunch of damage coming through here, probably taking the 6 unless we want to chump. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I love the attack with the merchant as well, even though obviously there's a clean block there, but yeah, why not? All right, draw 4 cards for PD. So refill that hand. Obstructive Flicker, Silex, Seed of Wisdom, and a Genev Merchant.
Well, Stormhawk plating is a pretty big deal. Let's
Yeah.
take a look at the market. There is a mandatory retirement and a Sodi Spell Shaper, sort of high impact cards here. But yeah, the fact that the plating gets to deal with that, and we could potentially just punch out the Helio to prevent any kind of like mirror image or bounce or anything like that shenanigans.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice here. You want to lose the weapon to the Helio, probably just to stop the shenanigans. You could just get a clean kill on the silence draw, but I'm not sure the 1/3 even really matters that much.
Yeah, like
Plus,
if
you
you
would
kill
lose
the
it
draw,
anyway.
you technically keep it around at 1 armor, but how worthwhile is it? It's almost certainly going to die on the subsequent turn.
Right, that's the thing, is PD can kill it on the backswing here. I guess this forces PD to, in
Yeah,
theory, attack with both, but now
I mean
do
it's
we see PD has the mirror image from this Genev merchant though, right? We saw that in the market. Oh,
I
they
think it
don't.
got taken earlier potentially,
Yeah, it looks like
or
it's gone.
maybe it got plundered, or maybe they're not playing with it. We could take a look at
Yeah,
their list.
I'll
Either
take a
way,
look
it's
at the
going to
deck
be
list here.
Sony
See,
Spell Shaper, and we're going to get another, random 4 cost unit. It's an aggressive Ursine. Well, just a vanilla 4/3, but
yeah, it actually looks like PD is not playing any copies of the copy. There's nothing in the market, nothing in the main deck,
yeah, it's an interesting
no mirror
decision.
images.
But now Akaria can come down. It can potentially block the Helio. We can also play out the aggressive Ursine just to get a 4/3 down. And
Sure.
that World Pyre Phoenix is coming back sooner or later. And that Torgov's Wares was a huge pickup just because otherwise the Master Conjurer might not have gotten to
Mm-hmm.
play 2 spells this turn. But
Now it's
now is,
on.
yeah.
One of my favorite things about this Elysian Spells deck is how it has all these engines in different parts of the deck. So sometimes you just go Wumpa
Oh,
Mizo,
we
a
were
party
short
pair.
on influence. So the Silex didn't turn on. It'll turn on next turn.
Hmm.
That's a big deal. And now World Pyre Phoenix is here. And it's a
Well,
possibility the Master Conjurer is just not even going to be good enough. We'll see. Really could use a spell off the top.
yeah, Treasure Trove,
But it was another Silex.
Silex. Yeah, so not going to be able to trigger it. That's unfortunate. You don't want you play your Master Conjurer, but not able to play enough spells to get any of the Storm Dancers off. That's rough. What I was saying is I love how the Elysian deck just has like different ways of attack, right? Sometimes you just have the Wumpa Mizo draw flips into party pair. Then other times you get Helios and mirror images and just out card advantage. Sometimes you have Master Conjurer. Sometimes you go Jotun Hurler and just play a bunch. And it's like you have to answer every one of these, and we can attack you from a different angle based on what you have. But yeah, not being able to get any Storm Dancers off of this Conjurer is really tough. All right.
The
Oh.
Equivocate here could be wild if that goes after the Phoenix.
Treasure Trove, and yeah, you're gonna have to do this Equivocate to get a
Oh my
spell.
gosh.
Here we
It's
go. Phoenix, roll the dice. What do we
random
got?
9 cost.
9 cost. 12/12 Clock Tower Sentinel.
Holy moly.
Okay. But does Mail have enough time?
Right. That's the thing.
Are they just dead? They did get a Storm Dancer off of that. They're gonna go to 1 here.
I
No,
think 2.
2.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to 2. I don't think playing the 9-drop. I think you're dead if you play the 9-drop though.
Right.
Yeah, so you
You have
can't.
to deal with. We're gonna need like.
Right. Defiance takes care of one, but that's not enough.
It's just not enough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Show off what you got. This is game 3?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Block 1, Defiance another, but that's not going to be enough. Mail only needs to get in with 2 units, and that's
Wow.
it. Congratulations, Petey. That was a close one, but pulled it off. Nicely done.
It was. All right. That was the last match of this round.
Yeah, apologies everyone for a little bit of technical details there, but we did get that fixed up, and sorry we missed a little bit of that round, but that's all right, and we appreciate Ilya coming in there. All right, why don't we head to a quick break before round 3? Again, sorry, apologies that was a little shorter, but we'll head to a quick break, make sure that round 3 gets set up smoothly, get those games in, and we'll be back with both Ilya and BK in just a couple minutes. So see everybody soon.